esto es lo que tú querías. Yo soy fino, esto es trap de galería.
What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to another gig log. I know I haven't been putting a lot of gig logs lately. I tell you something. It is so much easier to just worry about the event itself than to worry about recording too for gig logs. I decided to just take a break from that. Uh, we did. It's just been amazing, but this event is just something different. I wanted to put out here like not everything runs as smooth as you want it to be. There's things that you as a DJ mess up on, and this is one of those videos. It's a lot of DJs maybe don't put things like this because they only show like the good stuff, but again, it's not always 100%. It's not always beautiful and everything goes well, and sometimes it's our fault as DJs, and that's what I want to show today. I decided to record some of the stuff that we did on to that happened on the wedding that I did last week, just so you guys know that we all make mistakes and we have to learn from them. So this is a way to put myself on the spot, and just to show that not everything is colorful and beautiful on every single event. There's always things that happen at an event, but what matters the most is how you overcome those hurdles. How do you come up and don't let that beat you down? And that is still something that I am working on, and I'm glad that I have a team like Pee Wee and the people that come with me, my wife, my just everyone that like supports me through all the events that I do and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go into this event. I'm gonna do it as a narrative type of style, so let's go. All right, fam, so this event was from 4 to 10 o'clock, and we got there at 12:31 ish, and it was an hour and maybe hour and 15 minutes from my house, from my storage unit. So once we got there, I was able to set up and do the ceremony, and we did cocktail because ceremony and cocktail were on the same spot, and it was my boy Big Red and myself that we got there because Pee Wee was working, and he was gonna be on his way a little later. It was very far away from everything. Signal was bad, like signal was really bad, but nevertheless, we got there. I talked to the wedding coordinator. She told me where everything was supposed to go. The reception was at the second floor. Cocktail hour and ceremony was in the first floor, and it was fine. I thought that we would have to go up the steps, but no, there was a hill where you can park the car, and then it will take you to the second floor. So we didn't have to use steps. We used the driveway to go up there. So that was a plus. Now, as we were setting up my ceremony and cocktail hour, we had everything set up. Everything was good. We tested the mics, as you can see here.
Ceremony.
Testing out sound. Testing out sound.
At this moment, please.
Sounds beautiful out here.
Allow.
We got DJ Pretty Boy over there testing sound right now.
1, 2, 3. Wow, amazing. You can hear everything. And we're fine. We're fine.
Sound right now is sounding nice. DJ Pretty Boy testing out the sound because we are gonna have a final ceremony out here where the newlyweds are gonna get married. So it's important to double check that sound. Guys, beautiful venue right here. Super excited to DJ and MC this wedding. So yeah, it looks beautiful. Give you another update.
So after I tested everything for ceremony, I went to the cocktail hour side, check out the speaker, make sure that it was connected, that my iPad was Bluetooth to the speaker. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think it's just so much easier and it serves the purpose that it needs to serve. So, and I already had the music in I had a 1 hour mix of music for that specific event. It was specifically tailored for that event. So all I had to do was play it from my iPad. It worked perfectly, whatever. So once we had those two done, we went upstairs to the reception. As we were finishing up setting up ceremony, I realized that I forgot my DMX stuff. And that was a huge deal because it was already what, like 2 something when we finished everything, and we're an hour and 50 minutes away from my house. If I don't have those dongles, and if I don't have the, you know, the adapter for sound switch, I can't control my lights. So it was a really big hit on myself, because Thursday night I make sure that I had everything ready. Everything was ready to go, and I don't know how in the hell I forgot my DMX stuff. So I I was like, where could it be? Where could it be? And come to find out, it was in my car, in my other car, not on the one that I took to the event. So I was like, man, that really hit me hard. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Because, you know, I don't, if I can't control my lights, we had the first dance, and we wanted to, you know, a spotlight. They wanted a spotlight. I can't spotlight if I don't have my DMX stuff. So I hit up my daughter, and I'm like, hey, can you check if my DMX stuff are in my car? She goes, she checks in my car, and she's like, yeah, they're here. I was like, so I turn around and I tell Big Red, I was like, yo, can you do me a solid? Can you go to my house and get me the DMX controller? And without a doubt, he said, all right, I'm going. So, you know, big shout out to my boy, because he ate a hour and 10 minutes going, and an hour, and so he ate like 2 hours and a half just driving back and forth because of my stupidity for something that I did wrong. So like a huge shout out to my boy Big Red. Thank you for that. You saved me, and that was like one thing that happened.
All right, guys. So LRE here. Tenemos una little slight problem, guys.
Una chat.
So my boy DJ Pretty Boy, and it happens to all of us, all great DJs, of course. You got a lot going through your mind throughout the day and everything. But today we happen to miss a important piece to us. DJ Pretty Boy, what did we miss out today, boy?
My DMX wireless adapters, whatever.
For you out there that don't know what that is a big problem, because right now we can't control the lights. So we can't control the lights. We can't put the spotlight on the newlyweds, which is, it's all right. LRE will find a solution. Pero that's the pero right now. We are cutting 3:22 is the time right now, and this needs to go down about 4:30 to 5 o'clock. So yeah, that's the update for now. We'll catch you back up though. My man's still working on something else. While we find solutions, we continue to work on, right?
Amen.
Dale con todo.
So I was already stressing out at the fact that I forgot that, and then that he was going back to my house, and then he had to come back to the venue. So I was like, man, like I was already like in my head, like messed up. Like I was like bitching on myself. How can I forget that? So that happened. We finished up setting up everything. I was so nervous, and we were trying to, and then Pee Wee got there. We were like trying to figure out stuff and things like that. He was trying to, you know, look at the timeline again, making sure that everything works fine and whatever. And then, boom, guess what? We forgot to test the mics.
Hey everybody, LRE. I'm not gonna lie, we had a little bit of a hiccup, but that was on us, truly, as professionals. We relied on the equipment, and we did not test out the mics. So DJ and MC 101 always test the mic.
Please test the mic all the time. We totally forgot about it, and we had a really hard time. It still worked.
Yeah, we recovered.
Not how we wanted.
We recovered very well, but the problem is that it did stress out the DJ a bit more than what it should have. You never want to stress out the DJ. The DJ needs to focus on the music and that's it. So, yeah. Test the mics, always. We'll update you again.
And you believe that we forgot to test the mics. So as ceremony and cocktail hour was done, everybody went upstairs to the second floor for reception. And right when people wanted to talk, the microphone wasn't working. And he was like, yo, the microphone's not on. And I was like, it is on, like it's hot. And he was like, it's not working, look. He was going like this. And I was like, no, bro, don't tell me. And then right there, it hit me again. I was like, we didn't test the mics. I was like, again, like, what the hell's going on today? And then he was like, all right, man, whatever. I'm going to go talk to them, try to figure out. So I'm like, first time in my life, I scanned my microphones. And I guess when I pressed the button, it did something. I don't know what happened, but it worked. So I was like, okay, so scanning the microphones worked. Then I tested it. I was like, I just went, and you can hear the. I was like, all right, it's working. So I go, I give it to him, and then right when he walks in, he wants to say something, and it's not working again. And I was like, okay, it's not the scanning, because I scanned both. They both work at one point and it stopped working. So at that time, the wedding coordinator was like, all right, hey, we have to come in. Let's go, let's do it. So I was like, damn, what do I do? So my booth is already built and everything. So I try to reach in behind the mic receiver, and then I touch the quarter jack cable, and it went to make that noise, and then it worked. So he was like talking and blah, 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 he was working, but every now and then it will go and make that weird ugly noise, and I was like, damn it, the cable is faulty. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go through, I'm just gonna do the presentations. And literally I was on the floor, like I was bending down, holding the damn cable thing. Every now and then it will make that like that noise. It was horrible, but we got that part away. Once we finished with that stuff, we went into dinner. I was like, Randy, go to my car and get the spare cable. He went to the car, got the spare cable. I was like, okay, let's open up my booth. We opened up the booth, we switched the cable real quick, and boom, it worked. So it was the cable. Now, I thought that the cable was faulty, but it come to find out, I don't think it's faulty, because when I got home, I tested it with the other receiver and it worked fine. I think that what happened was because in transportation, maybe the cable just got loose a little bit, and I couldn't reach all the way in the back to push it back in, so I assumed that it was. So that happened, and that was another huge mistake that I make, and that's something that, like, it pissed me off. I was pissed off at myself for such a rookie mistake, and again, it can happen to all of us, but it shouldn't happen. And that's the things that I'm trying to show you guys here, that just because you've done 100, 200, 5,000, you know what I'm saying, events, always make sure that you do everything and that you have everything with you. Don't make the mistakes that I've done, because it can play a toll in your head, and it can mess up your flow too. It took me a little bit to like catch up. The craziest thing is that it's like it was so noticeable to me and Pee Wee, but it wasn't noticeable to them, because once we started doing dinner, I told Pee Wee to go up to them and apologize for like the sound disturbance, and they were like, no, it's fine, like we didn't realize it. And he was like, well, just whatever. And then he came up to me, he's like, yo, they said that they didn't realize. And I was like, what do you mean? This was horrible. So I don't know, maybe they did, maybe they didn't, and they were just being nice or whatever. But after that, after dinner, everything was flawless.
You, Tannia, take Andrew to be your lawfully wedded husband, to share your life openly, standing with him in sickness and in health, in joy and in sorrow, in hardship and in ease, to cherish and love forevermore.
said I love you first? Hey, give it up for Andrew on that one. All right, we go to question number 3. Who spends the most money? Ooh. She didn't even hesitate, guys. She didn't even hesitate. Andrew. All right, question number 4. Who initiated that first kiss? Ooh. That's my boy Andrew right there. Yeah.
Okay, just to add on the one thing you mentioned that you were the one that gave the first kiss. All right? Yes. To add on to that, from experience myself in a lot of ways.
To inside jokes and Netflix nights, to endless support and future full bellies of laugh and never going to bed angry. Just made me hungry. To both of you, cheers.
And 3. It is all the cake has been cut. We need to see a bite. Oh! One more bite.
Latinos del mundo, que suene la guaracha. Que suene la guarachita. Guarachita. Este ritmo está sabroso. Latinos del mundo, que suene la guaracha. La guarachita.
And just like that, another gig in the books, another event in the books. And this one was just one of those events where, things happen and you need to figure out how to overcome those obstacles. And, you can stress out, your team can stress out, but never should be shown to your client or the crowd that is there. So just a couple pointers. Always check that you have everything when you go, especially when you're going far. Make sure that you have every single thing, the littlest thing that you can think of. That's very important when you're going far. If you're going like really close, and that's not a big deal. If you forget something, you can always come back and get it, come back, get your stuff and get back to the venue. That's allowing you if you live with time, obviously, 4 hours, 3 hours, I would say, because I like to be at venues 3 hours before the event starts, so we have time. So always be on time to your events. 3 hours if possible. Two is fine, but I prefer three nowadays. Scan your mics. Always check them. Make sure that every single piece of equipment that you're going to use works. And that was again one huge mistake that we made is we totally forgot about the mics with everything else that was going on. Make sure that you are prepared with backups of anything that could happen to you. Make sure that everything that you have has a backup. It's very important, and it's gonna be beneficial to you in your for your events. But yeah, so this video was more so not so much to show what we did as like the event itself, but to show that things happen during an event, and it's not what happened, it's how you come up, how you turn that around, how you turn a negative to a positive. So luckily everybody had fun, they enjoyed it, and it was a great time. Even though we had out in the video, you can see this lady with the black t-shirt and white pants. She kept coming to us. She was the coordinator, the wedding coordinator of the, but not like she was a coordinator, but not of the wedding itself. I think she was like the, I don't know if she was the owner or who she was, but she was the one running the barn. It was a barn. So she told us that we had a one, every song had to be with no bass. So we literally had to turn off the bass of our 44 G2s, and I had it my bass on the songs at 9 o'clock. So that was very, very, it was weak. The music was sounding weak because it was so low. Also, our decibels, we had to keep it under 70. Like she said, 65, 70. Every 4 to 5 songs, she will come to us telling us to turn it down because it's too loud. And it was like 7 or 8 at night, and she was telling us to turn it down. And I was like, wow, like how low do you want us to go? Because literally, it was, I was having a hard time listening, like hearing the music, and and everybody, like, I know that on the video that you just looked at, it sounds really loud, but it wasn't loud. It was very, very, very low. It literally, it sounded like it was cocktail hour, basically cocktail hour type of music. Like it was a cocktail hour vibe. So we were presented with a couple of things, and we pushed through every single one of them. Thank God. And I always do the man, glory to him, glory to God all the time. He always comes up, and I don't know, he comes to my, he put, like, he jumps in my head and like just makes everything work. I don't know, I don't know how he does it, but I'm just very happy, very, very happy that the event overall, with the bad and the good, came out great. They all have fun. They both, Tannia and Andrew, came up to us at the end of the party. They thanked us. They said that they were very, very happy, and they were very happy to have us as an entertainment service. And I even got a good review from her. So I would, what can I say? Like, even though there was a lot of things that went wrong that day, they didn't notice, besides the microphone. But besides the microphone, anything else, the music, they already knew, because the venue lady told them too, that the music had to be very, like, 65 decibels. I think like that's like a bit spiel, right? Or like a little, like, my everse 8 throws more than 65 dBs. So, like, it was very, very, very weird. But at least the people were there, they have fun, they enjoyed it, they were dancing, even though it was very low. And us DJs are very used to, like, loud music. um everything came out well, everything worked out. So yeah, man, again, just stay on your A game. Make sure that you have everything you need when you go to events. And and i I cannot stress this. Make sure that if you can, take always take somebody with you, because you never know what you're going to need, and those people are the ones that can save your butt on occasions. There you go, man. There you have it. I show you what we did. I'm telling you what we messed up on. And this is a very vulnerable time, but I want to show this type of things, because it happens, and it happens to the best of us. Does this make me a bad DJ? No, it does not make me a bad DJ, but it helps me to be better and to be more prepared next time. So with that being said, if you have stayed till the end of the video, one, I appreciate you for doing so, because I know it's a long video, and I I thank you for that. I also wanna again thank my boy Big Red Randy. He's he took it. He took one for the team to that day. And yeah, man, everything else, everything else will come. Everything else comes along, as long as you work hard and you do your thing. So with that being said, man, this is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We're almost at 500, very close to 500. So let's go ahead and get those 500 subscribers. But anyways, all right, guys. So with that being said, thank you very much for all the love. You already know. Love you. Peace out.
Porque estoy en mi pick. Estoy en mi pick.